My name is Julie, and I was part of the multi-level marketing industry for 5 years. My company was with Monate, and I was also part of a network marketing coaching group on Facebook. So these are my observations, things from my experience that might help you. And this video is going to be about do your homework. So if somebody's attempting to recruit you into a multi-level marketing company or network marketing company, social retail, social selling, social sharing, whatever euphemism they want to use, aside to mask that it's a pyramid scheme. These are questions to ask. And this is from the FTC website. I'm going to post the link down below. And it's under the heading, is an MLM right for you? And under do your homework. So I'm going to just read these suggestions to do your homework from the FTC and then just give you my 2 cents for what it's worth. And the last video I made, I posted what was on the FTC site, on the screen. And I don't think it was very good to do. I think it was kind of shitty because my face was down here and you can't really read anything. So I thought what I'd do this time is try just to put the text up here, just type it out. And maybe that might be more helpful to you. So keep in mind that this is from the FTC, and this is saying do your homework. So this isn't from me. This is from the FTC. My added 2 cents is from me. Okay, first one is research the company. Search online for the name of the company and words like review. Now, if you tell somebody within network marketing or the person that's trying to recruit you that you're going to do this, they're going to discourage you. And they're going to, and this is the root of all that's wrong with network marketing is that it's based in deception. And it's a commercial cult, right? These things are commercial cults as well. And this is how cults operate too, is deception. So we'll actively discourage you from researching the company. Say, you know what? You can look online, but you're going to find negative things. Negative things are so easy to find. And if you want the real information, if you want the truth, come to me. And if you are no, I want to do this, it's just forget it then. You're just easily influenced. I was coached to say, are you easily influenced by the opinions of others? Because then we'd be setting you up to continue to say yes, because you'll be no, I'm not easily influenced by the opinions of others. Are you kidding me? You'll say, well, good, because when you go online, you're going to see a lot of negative reviews. You're going to see people calling these commercial cults. And then you're going to be, and this is what Keith Raniere did with the NXIVM cult. He just prepared people. You do the preemptive strike. So from that very first thing, just research. If you're being discouraged from doing research, from being discouraged from taking in, I'm drooling, additional information, it's a big warning sign. It's a big red flag. Like Stephen Hassan talks about, anything that is legitimate can bear scrutiny. Anything that is legitimate can bear repeated scrutiny. Why would a company, why would a coaching group be so terrified of opposing information? That's not how research is done. Scientific research needs to have all the information, not just one that fits into what you believe. This is important for critical thinking. So right away, just look out for that. Research the company and take in information. Go see where it takes you. There's all kinds of things that you can look at. Anti-MLM Reddit. It's really good to talk to distributors who have left and find out why they left. If you are talking, there will be no end of positive information if you go to the company. It's important to get a balanced set of information from people who have also left the company that you're potentially looking for. And if you start to see name calling, people calling them losers, haters, uncoachable, negative, toxic, venomous bullies. Why can I say all these things so quickly? Because I've been called all these things and continue to be called them since I've left and started speaking out, which everyone else who also leaves network marketing gets called as well. So if you see this name calling going on, that's also a red flag. That's not how businesses are run, but it is how cults are run. All right, next one. Asking the person, what were your expenses last year? Be prepared to get bamboozled with bullshit here. They're not going to answer your question. They might start off, because I did this. I would have said, if I was asked what were my expenses, I would say, well, I don't really track them. I can't really give that information out to you because that's going against my policies and procedures with my company, which is just more bullshit. But when I was saying this, I really believed this. I thought, oh, there's no, I didn't like purposely, like, and they say, how do people in these companies purposely deceive people? It's like, you purposely deceive people, but you don't realize you're doing it until you wake up and you're just like, oh my God, that's why I had to get out. And that's why I feel like moved to share. I need to make things right. I need to warn other people, So what were your expenses last year? You're not going to get a straight answer because we're taught not to track our expenses. We're discouraged to track our expenses in a number of ways. Never in the 5 years, out of all the coaching, the tens of thousands of dollars I spent in coaching and going to events, was I taught to do a profit and loss statement or just to track how many hours I spend in a day and how much money I'm spending and earning. Not once. And how it's framed is if you do start tracking, it's like, I would say, well, you know what? I would be buying these products anyway, so it doesn't count as an expense. I'm actually saving money. You see how sneaky this is, how insidious this is? To get to this event, to get to this convention, to this amazing transformational thing I'm going to be a part of that's going to inspire and motivate me and rocket me into 2023, this is an investment in myself. This isn't an expense. This is an investment. That doesn't count either. Not the associated costs of travel, airfare, food, hotel. No, missing work doesn't count. It's an investment. I do this as a hobby. This is my lifestyle. This business isn't just a business. It's my lifestyle. Therefore, I don't need to track the hours because you know what? I'm working it in the cracks and crevices of my day. But it's like all day because there's this other component of social media addiction where you're getting like the dopamine, you're just like on all the time. Nobody's working it in an hour a day, like on your phone all the time and predominantly on the toilet. So you're not going to get a straight answer from what were your expenses last year. And just be aware of how these questions are being answered. If you were going into like a business, a true business, you're like, what were your expenses last year? It's like, here you go. Not this whole like song and dance. Next question. Have you borrowed money or used your credit card to fund your business? How much did you borrow? How much do you owe? You can expect more song and dance from this question. I was coached, along with many others, to encourage people to use their credit card to purchase like the product pack, to use your credit card to borrow money from. Who can you borrow money from? You don't ask them if they can. You're like, how could you get the money right now? So who could you borrow it from? Could you borrow it from your mom? Could you sell your car? What could you do in order to get that $700 or $50, whatever it is? But we're coached this as under this guise that we're really helping you, that this is going to save you. This is like religious, like people trying to convert you to their religion. It's like they really believe, like this proselytizing, that they're going to save you. So it's not viewed as this schmoogly manipulative tactic. It's viewed as salvation. I see that now, but I didn't see it at the time, right? And so I used these. I did this. I would say to people, like, how could you get this money? Like, it's worth it. This could change your life if you go all in. And so then ask, have you borrowed money? And how much did you borrow? How much do you owe? I would expect you're not going to get a straight answer out of this because I wouldn't have given you a straight answer. I would have made all these excuses. Well, like I kind of owe, but I don't really owe. And every time you're not getting a straight answer, it is a red flag. You should be able to answer these questions and you just have a sheet and it's done, but you're not. You're going to get, you'll probably get a lot of pushback because you're asking questions. You're not just taking it in exactly as they say, and you'll probably be rejected, and scornfully so, with contempt, which is how you'd be treated once you get in anyway, and eventually start asking questions anyway. So it's kind of good. You're getting in and out before you're actually in. That's how we treat people. It's with contempt. We don't realize it, but oh man, I look back some of my messages. Oh my God. Okay, next question is, do you need to have recruits to make money? Every company will say that you don't. And and to be truthful, like you don't need to have recruits to make money, but how much money? That's the key. How much money do you want to make? Is it $50 a month? Is it $20 a month? No. Why are people getting into this? Why do people stay in this? I know I got in because I wanted to make $40 a month, but within 3 months, I was like sucked in so hard. I was like, I want to be at the top of the pyramid. I can do it. I'm different. I have done things in my life. I can show up stronger. I'm going to outlast everybody. I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to be the exception. And that's what happens with most people that get sucked into this. You may start off thinking, oh, I just want to do things extra, and then you get in. And sometimes it takes a little bit longer. We had an expression that I was coached. It's like you keep people around the campfire long enough and they just might catch a spark. You keep them in the commercial cult long enough, they turn, right? That's what it is. Which I also, I'm going to go on a little tangent here and talk about an aha moment I had yesterday, which is when I was in multi-level marketing, and especially getting coaching, they use the term getting out of your comfort zone quite frequently, and it's meant to control you. So it sounds good. A lot of these things, there's so much good that I was attracted to in network marketing and in coaching. That's why we get in, is because of the good. And whether the good is real or whether it's the mask, and then when the mask slips, then you're like, what the fuck was I a part of? I don't know, but there is good. But they twist the good in order to manipulate you and exploit you. So comfort zone is one of the worst ones. They'll have all the good things come outside of your comfort zone. And that's not true. Only growth, only the comfort, like growth doesn't happen inside of your comfort zone. Oh, it does. So, and you'll have multiple examples of this in your life. I'll give you an example of me. So I did Ironman triathlons, like recreationally, right? As an amateur athlete. I fucking loved it. And you have to train within your comfort zone in order to get the most significant gains within Ironman coaching. So I don't know. It's like, please, if you're watching this and you know, like the biology, whatever, it's like your little fucking capillaries and stuff. It only, like, they get more by doing, you can't work out harder. You have to go in that easy state for long periods of time. It's really annoying. It's like a dull ache in your muscles too, it's kind of like mentally taxing, because it's almost like easy, but it's annoyingly easy. And that's the best way I can describe it. If you've done one, you'll know what I'm talking about. That happens in your comfort zone. Only that growth, that capillaries and all that, like to increase oxygen to your muscles or whatever the fuck happens. I did 18 of these fucking races, I still don't know, but I just know it's like what works, right? And that's horrible too, because that's kind of language that multi-level marketing would use. All I know is that it works. You can see there's these elements of truth that they like intertwine into this like schmoogliness. So when you're taught that only growth happens outside of your comfort zone, you have to feel uncomfortable. You have to feel like everything is wrong. It's like, that's your boundaries. You have your boundaries for a reason. And they'll say, yes, but, you have to prospect 200 people a day. You have to go for no. You need to get 20 no's a day. And if you don't do that for 6 months, well, then that's why you're not at the top of the pyramid, because I did this extraordinary action. I got uncomfortable. I hated what I was doing, but yet I continued to show up. I got uncomfortable. I got out of my comfort zone. So who gets to decide what your boundaries are? So this is all based on this premise that this model is legitimate and not mathematically flawed, based on this, that every single company has over 99% of people failing and losing. And it's been like, there's only the 0.0001% at the very top across every single company. Has nothing to do with mindset, has nothing to do with work ethic, has nothing to do with any of that. But it's meant to just increase the people in there to keep paying the money, so the people at the top are making all this money. So now with this mindset training, your boundaries now are reframed as your comfort zone. Your boundaries are wrong. It's not good to have boundaries, because your boundaries are holding you back. Your boundaries are actually your limiting beliefs. And this is when you get tied even more to the cult. In my opinion, I think this is, I just was thinking about this yesterday. So let me know if that makes sense, or if you feel the same way, or if it doesn't at all. But for me, that's what's made sense That's been the best way I've found so far to explain what I felt and what's happened with me. It was a complete erosion of boundaries, as if we have that marker and it's like, this is me, this is my feelings. You don't get the right to tell me what I feel and what I don't feel. I don't want to do this. This has nothing to do with my growth or anything. This is, I'm telling you this is wrong. You're like, no, you're wrong. You're self-sabotaging yourself. There's something wrong with you. You're like, okay, I'll delete my boundary. Yes, now what do I do? That is problematic. Next question. Do you need to have recruits to make money? So the whole point of this is that every company will say that you don't, but it's like, how much money? You're not going to make barely any money if you don't have recruits. Every person that's at the top has a lot of recruits and they keep recruiting. And that's what I was coached to do as well, is to continue. If you want to build the business, if you want to build a team, if you really want to be successful, you need to build this business. That means recruiting. So we won't say recruiting, but we'll say build a business. And we would open up with the opportunity. We wouldn't offer the products. We were coached to offer the opportunity. Hey, Joe, I see you're in Tucson. I'm looking to expand my business in Tucson. Would you be open to taking a look at what I do to help realtors like you make a little bit of extra money? If not, no big deal. Send out 200 messages like that every day. And we're taught, well, it's a numbers game. All you have to do is do this on top of doing some marketing, do some live videos, attend your company's events, attend our events, get coaching, get your mindset right, and it's going to happen for you. You need to have a lot of recruits to make money. The best way you can get recruits is to get in at the beginning of a pyramid scheme. Are there people that get to the top rank without getting in? Yes. But do the percentages ever change from company to company? No. Over 99% of people fail and lose, and it's not because they're broken or losers or uncoachable or horrible people, or that it's not for them. It's because the business model ensures that that's the case time and time again. And it's a blow for people who are at the top because they want to feel special and better than. They want to feel, I worked my ass off. I earn this. I deserve this. I created this life. And it's like, no, you're just at the top of a fucking pyramid scheme and you're no better than the person at the fucking bottom. In fact, you're worse. Anyway, in my opinion, you're not worse unless you, when you don't know. But when you do know and you continue to stay in and try to justify it, that's not good. I mean, that's just, I don't know how the hell you live with yourself. Okay. Okay, this next question is, how many of your recruits have left the business? And watch here too how people respond to this. If they can give you a number, they'll be like, oh, I don't really know. A lot of people have just purchased, they just wanted it in for the discount. There was drama on our team. This whole leg left. They're so negative. They just thought the grass was greener on the other side. Or just see how they respond, because you're going to see a lot of blame. Shame, insult, guilt need to be right. You see that? It's a red flag. It's a indicator that it's a pyramid scheme, which multi-level marketing companies are, and commercial cults. Next question. What percentage of the money you made came from selling the product to customers outside the MLM? You're not going to get a straight answer for this. And this is important. What percentage of the money you made came from selling the product to customers outside the MLM? I wouldn't have been able to answer this question. I would have just glossed it over. And I would have just been like, oh, it sounds like you're not ready for this business. It sounds like this isn't for you. It's always that. It's like, you're less than me. I'm going to make sure I get one over on you after this conversation. Next question. What percentage of the money you made, income and bonuses, less your expenses, came from recruiting other distributors and selling them inventory or other items to get started? You're not going to get a straight answer for this too, because they're not going to be doing less your expenses just for that alone. And there'll be all this waffling and equivocating about not having to recruit or recruiting people in the meantime. But just for this, you're not going to get an accurate response because nobody tracks their expenses. Next question. How much time do you spend on the business? I lied about this too. I didn't think I was at the time, but I was. And I had somebody that signed up with me as a market partner. They asked me this. And I said, well, I count it. It's like a hobby. I'm just like on my phone anyway. So it's like no time at all. I'm like on it, you know, fuck, I don't know, 18 hours a day. Like what is the maximum that you could be on your phone? Like with like clearly addictive problems. Like that was me. I was doing at least one live video a day on Facebook. That didn't count going on, that was just my personal Facebook account, but I also had a business account. I had a team group. I had a customer group. And then I was also going live on Instagram, and then I was going live on TikTok too. So I was going, at one point, there was like, I think it was like a period of 7 months that I was doing at least 4 live videos a day. And it was all different content. I was like working so hard. I want to give value. I want to give without expectation. I want to, I'd like do research and shit. I'd like find an article that was inspiring and be like, oh, here's 5 ways that you can do this. I'm like, it was just all for nothing. How much time do you spend on the business? And here I am now making shitty YouTube videos. I promise I'll get better. If I just get better just by showing up and just playing around, at least at least if you are here, maybe you'll like the intros and the outros. Just go to the very end. Last question. How much inventory did you buy from the MLM last year? Did you sell all of your inventory? So how much inventory did you buy from the MLM list last year? I'll guarantee you that I know how I would answer this is I would say, I wouldn't answer you. I would say, you don't have to buy anything. Our company, you're never going to get a straight answer. Our company is different. Our company, you don't have to make minimum purchases every month. All you have to do is you just get this one enrollment once a year that you just pay, and then you can continue to get the products that you know and love, and you're saving 30%, and you're getting free shipping on these flex ship orders that you can just keep moving. You don't even need to get them. It's like, no. How much inventory did you buy from the MLM? Well, I don't buy any inventory because I use all the products. I love them so much. Meanwhile, I have this bookshelf behind me filled with products, and I'm telling you that I'm not buying inventory. And yet there is all this inventory behind me, but I'm buying all these flash sales because I'm like loving all the products. I'm like, whoa, they've like released something else. Like, I've got to buy that too. It's so amazing. I'm like realizing when I get out, I'm like, what the fuck did I do? Like, I had all this stuff, right? Which I threw out, bundled it up in garbage bags, in multiple garbage bags, and threw them out. I still find Mon8 stuff around. I had, that was one of the things I had a couple people say, why don't you donate? Because I don't want anybody getting sucked into a multi-level marketing company at all. Through me, even through some donation, it's like, no, that shit is going in the garbage. Okay, the last question is, did you sell all of your inventory? Well, it's like a lot of companies, especially like Mon8, you don't need to have inventory to sell it to someone. You can give them your link to your site. So they're ordering through you. So it's like, it can for certain companies, but just kind of be mindful of that. So here's the last thing. There's no more questions. This is, remember, you're on a mission to check out a potential business deal that will require your time and money. The information you learn can help you decide whether it's really a deal, a dud, or straight up illegal. There are enough red flags in that question, what were your expenses last year, that should tell you all you need to know. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna try to edit this or piece it together. It'll be kind of shitty, but I'm pretty excited about the outro to this one. And I hope it makes you giggle. I hope it makes you smile. No matter where you are, in all of this, I know there's people that were my friends, and then they blocked me, and maybe they'll unblock me because they leave, and some they've left, and they're like, we've connected again, and it's all good. Please know that you're valuable exactly as you are. Your life has worth. You aren't a number. That how your being in life has nothing to do with what you're posting on social media, how many products you're selling. You're amazing exactly as you are, and I value you exactly as you are, even if you don't like me or call me names. I hope to see you start critically thinking and get your life back. So enjoy this outro, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.